Welcome to Unleashed, a true crime podcast. But this time, usually what we do for the show is that my guest has no idea anything about the show. I read a true crime story, and the big twist is that it's actually just an episode of Scooby Doo. Here's the problem. Bran already knows the big twist of the show.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the show.
This is my buddy.
I don't know how we're going to do it because I know the whole bit.
Well, so here's the thing. It's a little bit different. I'm going to be reading you two true crime stories.
Okay.
One of them is real, and one of them is an episode of Scooby Doo. It is then up to you
Very good.
to figure out which one is which one is which. But here's the big thing: is I am the one. Like, I write up these. I mean, obviously they're real,
right,
or they're Scooby Doo,
right,
but I write them up.
You
which
do a
means
great job.
I can make the Scooby Doo episode feel more like real life, and I can make the true crime story feel more like Scooby Doo.
Sure.
So you have to be careful.
Okay. I'm excited about this because I'm a true crime fan. I like true crime. It is like my podcast genre of choice. I like listening to true crime podcasts. So that's what you listen to. That's right. And so
I hope you don't know this story then.
Well, we'll find out. If so, it's going to be a short show. But I'm also like, I was never a big Doo head. Like I've seen some Scooby Doo, but it wasn't like a big part of my life growing up. And it hasn't been something that I've really watched a ton of. I haven't really watched it with my kids, unlike my buddy Dan. And so I know that Scooby Doo is often quite crazy and wacky. And that's what makes the show so fun. Is just like people are trying, like, why is this so crazy? It's because it's Scooby Doo. Yeah. And so I'm excited to see if I can figure this out, or if you were able to find a true crime that is remotely similar to a Scooby Doo episode. I'm excited.
Yeah. And spoiler alert. I did.
He did.
I did.
Okay. I'm ready.
All right. I'm going to jump into the first story. It was September 13th, 1969.
Scooby-Doo.
We'll see. Two high school boys are walking home from the movies. As they are walking home, they pass by a pickup truck that is abandoned on the side of the road. The two guys stop to take a look at it, and the truck has a large wooden crate in the back, the truck bed. In the driver's seat of this empty truck is a suit of armor. No person is around, no one can be seen, just an abandoned truck, a suit of armor, and a large wooden crate. The kids take off back home, they call up the police, and they tell them about the suit of armor that they found. Okay. The authorities arrive to the abandoned truck, and the detectives start looking around the truck, and they look at the big wooden crate in the truck bed. The crate is labeled like a postage label. It says, "Delivered to Jameson Hyde White, Professor of Archaeology, London, England."
Okay.
Then they found a piece of paper in the truck that said, "Instructions delivered to County Museum."
Okay.
So they decide, well, we know where this thing is supposed to go.
Right.
And
this is the police.
This is the detectives, the police. And the driver's gone. So let's just load up the armor back in the wooden crate. We'll drive it over to the museum. And that's what they do. At the museum, they meet the museum curator, Mr. Daniel Wickles. He's very appreciative about them bringing the armor. And he tells them about who was delivering it. That's the Jameson Hyde White guy that was on the label. Right. He is an archaeologist from London, and he was delivering the package himself. So he had it shipped over, he flew over with it, rented a truck, and was bringing it to the person, bringing it in person due to how valuable the armor was. Mr. Wickles is very concerned about White's disappearance.
Sure.
Because he wouldn't just leave it laying around since it was so valuable. Yeah. I mean, he was afraid to ship it over without him being with it.
Was the truck in the middle of the road, or was it off to the side? It was off to the side of the road.
Like it pulled over like there was truck problems.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But the cops drove that truck to the museum, so there wasn't truck problems.
Maybe he had to tinkle. Maybe he went on the side of the road, went tinkle.
And then what happened?
I don't know. But I'm just saying these are all things that could happen.
I like the theory. Some of the workers come, they load up the crate, they carry it off to the medieval exhibit or whatever, and the detectives go to leave. One of the detectives noticed some weird glasses sitting on the display, and he pockets them on the way out.
Weird glasses?
Some weird glasses. Now, he doesn't tell us.
And he steals them?
Yeah.
The cop does.
Yeah, the cop takes these glasses. This is where it gets, this is the 70s.
Okay. 69.
69. And I don't think it's wild to insinuate that maybe cops aren't always the most moral.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
He doesn't tell his partners about that he took the glasses until they're driving away. I think he was maybe afraid that they would narc on him or something, because it's not very ethical police work. But the interesting thing about the glasses is written on the glasses, it says made in England.
Okay.
And
they were already there.
And they were at the museum.
Right.
The glasses are the kind of glasses that an archaeologist would use. It has like the glass lenses on the front, like magnifying glasses.
Yep.
And so it's the kind that's used by archaeologists, and it says made in England. So the detectives put 2 and 2 together, and they were like, okay, Jameson Hyde White is an archaeologist from England. These are probably his glasses. What would they be doing at the museum if he never made it to the museum with the package?
Yes, that's the question.
They wait until that night. This is where it gets like, some of these episodes get supernatural.
Right.
This one is just like, I can't believe that they did this.
Okay.
They wait until night when the museum is closed, and they go to look around the museum. They don't have a warrant.
Okay.
They don't have any permission to be here. They are off duty.
Yeah. Small town police work.
Yes. The place is locked up really well, so one of the detectives climb in through an open window and open the back door for the other guys.
Okay.
They separate, and they start searching the museum for any sign of Jameson Hyde White. While some of them are in the medieval exhibit, they see the same exact suit of armor from the truck, and it takes off running out of the room.
Okay.
Someone is inside the suit of armor. It's gone before they even know what's happening.
Yeah.
And then they regroup after this because now they know that there's someone in the museum with them.
Right.
If you had to guess right now whether this one was true or Scooby Doo, which
This
is
feels very Scooby Doo. And in fact, I feel like I have seen a clip of a suit of armor running in like a Scooby Doo.
it's a very
clip.
Scooby Doo trope, which makes you think, is this actually Scooby Doo, or does Chase just pulling something to make it more Scooby Doo-ish? One of the other detectives had found something while they were separated, and that is that one of the paintings on the wall of the museum was missing. So they all followed him to go look at it, but when they got back to where the painting was missing, the painting was replaced on the wall. It was back.
Okay.
They start giving him a hard time about being scared and seeing things, and then one of the other detectives looks down, and there is blood on the floor.
Oh, no.
Before they run back to their car and call in, like, we've got a homicide or whatever, one of the detectives get a closer look, and it's red paint.
Okay.
It's not blood.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna be like, I don't feel like there's normally
Blood
in
in
Scooby Doo, but if it's not actually blood,
Then it's
then
still,
maybe
it could still be Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
The paint splatter, the red paint splatter that they thought was blood, actually goes all the way down the corridor to the Egyptian exhibit. They go there, they're looking around for a while, and they notice that one of the large sarcophaguses leaned up against the wall is actually covering up a door.
Okay.
So, you know, they just kind of move it a little bit so they could squeeze in through the doorway.
Yes.
They go into a small room, and that's where everything starts lining up. The room is filled with canvases, art supplies, paintings. There are 2 art easels right beside each other with 2 identical paintings, one finished, one half complete.
Okay.
They go to leave so that they can get the proper authority to actually come and investigate the place, because they're not supposed to be here.
Right.
But that's when the guy in the suit of armor runs into the room yelling at them. They take off out of there, they head for the exit, and then that's when they realize, hey, at this point, we've got a suspect on the premises, we've been in here, we've moved stuff around, we're caught at this point. Let's just overpower the guy, then we will deal with the consequences of investigating not properly.
Okay.
2 of the detectives end up using a part of the exhibit to knock over the suit of armor, and they send the guy falling.
Okay.
Once he's on the ground, he's stuck. He can't get back up. They are able to yank the helmet off, and they can see who it was. Who do you think it was?
Oh, man. I mean, the guy who was running the museum.
The curator?
Yeah, that they... You know,
Mr. Wickles.
That's the only other person we've met aside from the 2 teenagers.
Yep, there's
At
2
the beginning.
teenagers at the beginning.
Yeah.
And there's the guy that was driving the truck that disappeared, Jameson Hyde White.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make sense that it would be him because we don't know. I don't know. I'll go with Wickles.
Okay.
Is that right?
Is that what you're locking in?
I'm going to lock in Wickles.
You're absolutely right. It's the
Okay.
curator of the museum, Mr. Wickles. It turns out he and some of his staff were making counterfeits of the paintings in the museum.
Okay.
When it was told to the museum that Jameson Hyde White would be delivering the new suit of armor in person instead of just shipping it over, they panicked because he is one of the people that would be able to tell the difference and know that the paintings on display are fake. So after they got back to the museum, it was morning at this point, the cops, they searched the entire museum with the full department and they find Jameson Hyde White's body.
No.
Bound up in one of the exhibits. He was sadly dead. They killed him to cover up their multi-million-dollar counterfeiting operation. And that is story number 1.
Yeah. My thoughts here are, it was interesting because that case, the teenagers are just not really a part of it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And so like no Scooby Doo that I know of is just the cops.
Just the detectives.
Just kind of running around a place.
Right.
And so that's alarming to me. The fact that the guy is actually dead feels alarming to me. That's where I'm at.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you the second story, and then we can really deliberate on both of these.
Okay.
And I'll help you out a little bit. It's October 10th, 1970.
Okay. Scooby-Doo.
A group of teenagers were headed to a rock festival one evening when they ended up getting lost. Now remember, it's 1970. There's no GPS. It's all maps, brother.
All maps.
So they pull over because they think that they see a road sign. The sign is so old and run down that they can't read what the roadside says. But while they're standing out there, a guy starts walking towards them with a lantern in his hand.
I don't like that.
He's a big farm guy. He's got like overalls on. And he introduces himself as Asa Shanks. The kids tell him like, hey, we're lost. We're trying to find Interstate 5. Asa gives them direction, and he tells them that they need to be going now.
Okay.
He says there's a fork in the road up ahead. Both of them will take you to the interstate. The left is the longer way to go, but that's the way that you need to go because the right way, even though it is shorter, takes you past the old Stillwell mansion. And it is not safe to go there at night. And then he goes on to tell them the ghost story that is Stillwell Mansion, right? He tells them there's the legend of the Headless Spectre. And whoever has ever seen the Headless Spectre hasn't lived to tell the tale. Okay. The kids take his advice, but when they get to the fork in the road, they're almost out of gas. They're like, we've got to take the short way. We can't take the long way.
Right.
They take the short way. They go right past the mansion, and right as they are passing the mansion, their car starts to overheat.
Okay.
Not even the gas problem. It starts to overheat. They need to stop. Luckily, they did see that there was a well by the house as they were driving in. So 2 of the kids went and got some water.
Is one of those kids a dog?
Can you imagine? Because here's the thing, right? Is if this one was the Scooby Doo one, the video on the screen is going to be of like Scooby and Shaggy.
I've seen the program. I know how this works. I'm not gonna let you make me look dumb, Chase. Not today.
But you know what's even funnier and what would make you look dumb is if this one's real.
I don't need it from you.
They go to get some water from the well so that they can pour it into the car.
Yes.
As the 2 guys are pulling up the rope for the well, a ghost comes rising out of the well.
Okay. Sure.
It freaks them out.
Yep.
They run back to their friends at the car. They all band together, and they go back to the well where it's pretty clear there was not any ghost. It was just their own reflections in the water.
Okay, classic.
It's a pretty...
Like Zac Efron in High School Musical 2. Got it. Got it. Bet on it.
This is a pretty scary looking place in the middle of nowhere. It's very dark out there. It's like farmland.
Yep.
They make fun of their friends for getting scared, and they just move on. But they do have a problem with the well, though. There is no bucket at the end of the road.
Sure.
So without a bucket, they don't have a way to get any water. There's a light on in one of the windows in the mansion, so they decide, we'll go knock on the door, and we'll see if we can borrow a bucket.
How bad can it be?
Right. They knock on the door. The door's already slightly open. They walk inside.
It's not how you should handle it.
It was 1970, man.
Guys,
it was the 70s, man.
If you knock on a door and it opens up, you still shouldn't go inside.
What if you knock first? And then
that's what I'm saying. If you knock and the door swings open, it is still not okay for you to go inside.
What if once you're inside, the door slams shut behind you?
Wouldn't like that. Wouldn't like it. But you know what? You have it coming. If you go to a house
true.
unwelcomed, you have it coming.
100%. They walk inside. There's a candle lit on the table, so they know that there is someone's home.
Sure.
They start wandering around. They're calling out for someone. Hey, sorry, we broke down. We need a bucket to get some water. A couple of the kids are pretty scared, though, and they keep seeing things. These are the same that thought they saw a ghost in the well. Like they walk through kind of like a library. One of the kids said that like there was a big painting in the library, which is of Jefferson Stillwell, who is the guy who built the house back in the day. That's why it's called the Stillwell Mansion or whatever. They claimed that his head disappeared from the painting while they were looking at it.
All right.
But then when the rest of the friends walked into the room, it was normal.
Right.
So they just think, okay, this dude, he's very paranoid. He's freaked out. We just heard a ghost story.
It's the 70s.
It's the 70s.
He's probably high.
He might
going
be.
to a rock concert.
He might be. That would explain a lot about this story, actually. They had just heard that ghost story about the headless specter from that Asa guy. Well, turns out they did have very real reasons to be freaked out and paranoid, because this is where this becomes one of the most gruesome true crime stories that I have found. They are searching the house for whoever is home, and they hear some noises coming from behind a door. They open it up. There's no one in the room, but there is a big box on the desk inside. They open up the box, and inside the box...
What's in the box?
...is a human head.
No!
They freak out.
Yeah.
They take off running, trying to get out of the house. In the dark, they get separated. 3 of them run into a room, and inside of that room is a body missing its head. They're screaming at the top of their lungs. They sprint out of there. They get outside, and since it's gotten even darker outside at this point, they can't see anything. Their eyes haven't adjusted. The 3 of them trip and fall into the well.
No!
This is very dangerous for lots of reasons. Luckily, the water was not deep enough for them to drown, but it was shallow enough for them to hit the bottom pretty hard.
Okay.
The other 2 kids are still running around the house trying to find their way out, and they fall through some of the rotten floorboards and end up in the basement of the house. While in the basement, those 2 also run into a body missing its head, a separate decapitated body.
Wow.
This time, the body is running towards them.
Without his head.
Without a head.
Okay.
They take off. They're trying to climb their way out of their basement. They end up outside. The others manage to crawl out of the well. And that's when they meet the owner of the house, Penrod Stillwell. He is the great-great-grandson of Jefferson Stillwell. This is their family estate.
Penrod.
Yeah, isn't that a crazy name? Penrod finds these kids and he's like, what is happening?
Right.
They're freaking out. We find out from Penrod that there's supposedly a bunch of money hidden somewhere in the house that his ancestor had buried or whatever. So he has been spending the past year at the old family estate trying to find the money. It's like a legend. Well, they immediately ask him about, what's up with the headless corpses in your house?
Right.
He has no idea what they're talking about. Then they start hearing noises coming from the house again. And Penrod is like, whoa, I thought all these noises were you guys.
Right.
And they're like, well, we thought these noises were you or whoever. There's someone else in the house. The kids are like, what do we do? There's a lot of them now that they have an adult with them as well. They decide they're going to run in and see who it is. They run into the house. There's a guy wearing a sheet over him. He's holding an axe, and he is cutting into the walls with the axe.
Okay.
The big group of them overpower the guy with the axe, and they rip the sheet off of him. Who do you think it was?
It was the farmer.
Yeah, Asa Shanks, 100%. Turns out he was also trying to find the hidden money in the house too, and he has been for a very long time.
Okay.
But recently, Penrod had come to stay at the house because he wanted to search for his family money. So Asa has been trying to scare him away, and he was also willing to do whatever he had to get that money, including taking off some heads.
Of what bodies?
They don't know.
They don't know.
They do not know.
Okay.
Those are the 2 stories. So let's talk it out. Let's get your reasoning. Which one do you think is the real story? And which one do you think is the episode of Scooby Doo? This is a hint that I'm wanting to give you. And I brought it up at the beginning of the episode. I probably changed some details to make something look more realistic and make something look less realistic.
Yeah.
So don't hold on to any one piece of evidence too hard.
Including the number of people?
I would say almost especially the number of people.
Well, I was going to base a lot of this on the number of people. I mean, my gut says that 1 is real, 2 is Scooby Doo.
Okay, so you're saying the first story, which was about the suit of armor,
yes,
the true crime story.
Yes.
And the second story about the decapitated bodies is the Scooby Doo
Because
episode.
I think you would like that. The first one is wacky enough, but it's not that far-fetched that somebody would be forging art, find that somebody who actually knows about art is coming and have that person killed. And then like including the thing about the suit of armor running around sounds Scooby-Doo-ish. Yep. The second one, I think you heightened a bit with the bodies. It could be something like he's a farmer, so they could be scarecrows that he's cut the head off of to make it look.
That's
to make
fun.
it right, to make it seem like
that's good. Man.
That it's a person, but it's not actually, because I don't think they would actually do that. They wouldn't.
In Scooby Doo, right?
Scooby Doo, they wouldn't actually be taking the head off of people. He's a farmer, so that makes sense. But maybe that's what you want me to think.
Are you gonna like 5D chess your way out of this?
I want to go with my gut, but there's a part of me that thinks, like you said, especially the numbers thing.
Okay, we'll talk through what you were going to.
My thought process was in the first one, there's no teenagers, right?
Right.
And there's only 2 detectives, and the kids are nowhere to be found.
I did not say that there was just 2 detectives. I said there was 2 teenagers that found the truck. I did not specify how many detectives there were. Yeah. Yep.
So it could be that the detectives weren't real detectives. They were kid detectives.
Very possible. Yeah. I think at this point you just have to think, how much work was Chase willing to put into this?
Yeah, how much work? I am going, to me, the art one feels the most real. So for that reason, I'm going to flip it and reverse it. I am going to say that the first one is Scooby Doo. The second one is the true crime. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay, so that's what you're locking in.
I'm going to take what I think it is and reverse it.
Okay. So
first one,
you don't trust your instincts.
I don't trust my instincts. First one, Scooby Doo episode. Second one, true crime.
So just to specify, counterfeit painting.
Yes.
With the suit of armor.
Yes.
You're saying that's Scooby Doo.
Yes.
Decapitated bodies, farmer looking for money in a house. That's the true crime.
It just feels so Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
This farmer looking for
No, I mean, trust your gut.
Yeah, I'm gonna trust my gut.
Okay, so that's what you're locking in.
The first story, the fake art, all of that is a Scooby Doo episode.
I regret to inform you.
No, come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bran lost. Would you like to know why you lost?
Yeah, sure.
They're both episodes of Scooby Doo.
Oh!
We got him with the premise, even though you knew the premise.
I don't think that's fair. I don't think it's fair. But you know what? In a sense, if you hear me talk it out, I kind of got it.
Did it ever cross your mind? Or both of these Scooby-Doo?
It never. And no, because you told me that one of them was true crime.
Right. But I also, on the regular version of this show, tell them that it's true crime.
Yeah. But I'll say this. Didn't appreciate it.
Oh, wait. Are you actually upset?
Oh, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at you. I think it's rude.
Dude, let's find out in the comments below. Let me know if you think that this one was unfair. This version was unfair.
To me, it is as fair as the other one is.
Yes. Do you think, let me ask you this question. Do you think that someone, because I'm going to do this format for people that already know the premise, like PD. Oh. Do you think that at any point someone's just going to go, can I lock in both as Scooby-Doo episodes?
I don't know. I'm not that. I came in with pure intentions, and I thought you did too. And so I think maybe somebody who's maybe a little bit more skeptical as a human being, like PD.
Yeah.
I'm just a good
You're
guy.
a whimsical man.
I'm just a nice guy who believes what his friends say. So I wouldn't have gotten the normal one either, so this is fitting.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here. That was a great reaction. No one's ever gotten upset before.
I'm pretty mad at you right now.
Guys, you can support Bran by watching Deck the Hallmark, all of the podcasts.
Hold on. Tell me about what you changed.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So I did change some pretty big things in story 2 to make it seem more like a true crime story. The decapitated bodies.
Was it scarecrows?
They're not scarecrows. It's just that's the ghost of the episode, is the headless specter.
Okay.
And that's why I tried to give you a little bit of a hint with the headless specter ghost story, where it's like there's supposed to be a ghost running around without a head. In the episode, they're just being chased by a body without a head. And that's why I also said the thing about the decapitated body running towards them.
Right.
As for the suit of armor one, I did not change
Much.
really anything. I called them detectives instead of teenagers this time, which they are detectives. They're kid detectives.
In their own right.
Yep. That was kind of the major thing that I changed.
Was the guy really dead, or did they just find him roped up?
They found him roped up.
Yeah,
in the
he was
exhibit.
alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there was 2 big things that I changed.
Yeah, that was I figured that was the change there.
Yeah, the decapitated bodies, but they did find a severed head in a box.
Sure.
It just
That's
was
dark.
it was fake.
It was a fake
It
one.
was a fake head.
Okay. All right. I you know what? All things considered, I feel like I did pretty well.
I think you did great. I mean, this is a hard situation because and you're the guinea pig for this, where other people in the regular format,
yeah,
they are naturally skeptical just because they don't know what the show is. You had a sense of security because I told, like, you already knew the twist, so it never occurred to you that you would be getting hit by the same twist. Yeah. I
wonder how far you could push this.
Like, if I have you on a
bring me
third
back.
time, I'm going to tell you 3 stories.
Yeah. I would, you really be, and then one of them is actually not for real.
Yeah. So
you would really be, like, I would be
you're never going to trust me again.
Double, triple thinking.
Yeah, I wonder what is the best. I would have to think about it because it took me a while to come up with this. Hey, thank you so much for being here. You can support Bran, Deck the Hallmark, all of the Bramble Jam podcasts.
Making the merge.
If you're a Survivor fan or a Big Brother fan, we do a reality show podcast. You can find that wherever you get your podcasts. And yeah, I think that's it. Hey, if you want to trick your friends with this, you can listen to the audio-only version wherever you get your podcasts. Links down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Cool.
Bye.